I struggled for years, bloating that made every meal uncomfortable, stubborn skin breakouts that no cream could fix, and random aches that just wouldn't go away. Honestly, it felt like I was chasing expensive treatments with little results. But what finally made the difference? It wasn't some pricey supplement or complicated routine. It was two simple things I already had sitting right in my kitchen: castor oil and baking soda. I know, it sounds almost too simple, right? Today, I'm sharing exactly how these two natural remedies helped me fix 5 major health problems, fast, safely, and without draining my wallet. From digestive troubles to skin issues and even joint pain, the results were beyond what I expected. Stick around because if you're struggling with similar issues, these simple tips might just change your life too, the way they did mine. Problem number 1: chronic constipation and bloating. Let's talk about something most of us don't like to admit: bloating and constipation. For me, it wasn't just the occasional discomfort, it was an everyday struggle. After meals, my stomach would feel heavy and distended, and no matter what I tried, fiber supplements, probiotics, even diet changes, nothing seemed to give lasting relief. That's when I stumbled across a simple but powerful remedy: the castor oil pack. It's incredibly easy to do. I took a clean cloth, soaked it in pure, cold-pressed castor oil, and placed it directly on my abdomen. Then I added a warm heating pad or hot water bottle on top and relaxed for about 30 to 60 minutes. I did this 3 times a week. Now, you might wonder, why castor oil? What makes it different? Castor oil contains something called ricinoleic acid, which has natural anti-inflammatory and soothing properties. But here's the real magic: it helps stimulate the lymphatic system, the system responsible for moving waste and toxins out of the body. When your lymphatic flow improves, it naturally encourages better digestion and more regular bowel movements without harsh laxatives or uncomfortable side effects. After just a few sessions, I noticed a real difference. That constant bloating I thought was just normal started to disappear. Meals no longer made me feel uncomfortable, and the sluggish, heavy feeling was replaced by lightness and better energy. And yes, my stomach actually looked flatter, which was a nice bonus. It's such a gentle, natural solution, and what's even better is that it's incredibly relaxing. Those 30 minutes felt like self-care, a rare chance to slow down and give my body what it really needed. If you're struggling with digestion or feeling bloated all the time, this could be the simple, at-home remedy you've been looking for. Problem number 2: joint pain and inflammation. Now, let's move on to something that really used to slow me down: joint pain. For me, it was my knees and elbows. By the end of a long day, they'd be stiff, swollen, and aching. I'd tried the usual over-the-counter creams and pain relievers, but the relief was always temporary and came with side effects I wasn't comfortable with. That's when I discovered a simple home remedy, using castor oil and baking soda together. Here's what I did: I mixed a few drops of high-quality, cold-pressed castor oil with a small amount of baking soda to form a thick paste. Then, I gently applied it directly to the sore areas, my knees and elbows, and let it sit for about 20 minutes. And here's why it worked so well. First, castor oil is packed with ricinoleic acid, a natural anti-inflammatory that can penetrate deep into tissues. It doesn't just mask the pain, it helps calm the inflammation that's causing the pain. On the other hand, baking soda helps by neutralizing the acid buildup around the joints. Many people don't realize that inflammation can create an acidic environment in the body, and balancing that pH can reduce discomfort. After just a few applications, I noticed something amazing: the swelling had gone down, and my joints didn't feel nearly as stiff. Over time, the pain became less frequent and much more manageable, without having to rely on pills or expensive treatments. The best part: it's a safe, natural solution that you can use right at home. No prescriptions, No side effects, just a little time and consistency. If joint aches and stiffness are slowing you down, this might be one of the easiest and most effective remedies you haven't tried yet. Problem number 3, stubborn skin issues. Now, let's be honest, skin problems aren't just frustrating, they can really chip away at your confidence. I dealt with constant breakouts and these stubborn dark patches that no expensive skincare routine seemed to fix. It was exhausting, trying different serums, masks, and treatments, only to see little or no improvement. But then, I tried something surprisingly simple, baking soda and castor oil, and the results were far better than I expected. Here's what I did. Once or twice a week, I made a gentle baking soda paste, just baking soda and a little water. I massaged it gently onto my skin in circular motions. This helped to unclog pores, slough off dead skin cells, and clear away the grime that can build up and trigger breakouts. Right after exfoliating, I applied a thin layer of cold-pressed castor oil and left it on overnight. Castor oil is rich in fatty acids and vitamin E, which nourish the skin deeply. But what really makes castor oil stand out is its ability to fade pigmentation and even out skin tone over time. It sinks deep into the skin, hydrating it from within and promoting a clearer, healthier complexion. Why does this combination work so well? Baking soda balances the skin's pH and removes impurities without being too harsh. Castor oil repairs and renews, calming irritation and helping fade those dark spots. After a few weeks, I started noticing real changes, fewer breakouts, a more even tone, and an overall brighter, healthier look to my skin. It wasn't instant, but it was steady, and best of all, it was natural and affordable. If you're tired of battling stubborn skin issues and wasting money on products that don't deliver, this simple duo might just be your new skincare secret. Problem number 4, fungal infections. Fungal infections, let's talk about them because honestly, they're more common than most people realize. For me, it started with persistent itching and slight discoloration around my toes. At first, I brushed it off. But over time, the itchiness got worse, and the area didn't look healthy. I wanted something natural and gentle, no harsh chemicals or expensive creams. That's when I turned to a simple combo, baking soda and castor oil. Here's what I did. I made a foot soak by dissolving a few tablespoons of baking soda in a basin of warm water. I soaked my feet for about 20 minutes, giving the baking soda time to do its work. Baking soda is known for its alkalizing properties, and fungi hate an alkaline environment. It helps neutralize the moisture and acidity that fungi thrive in. After drying my feet completely, and I mean completely, because moisture feeds fungi, I applied a thin layer of castor oil directly onto the affected areas. Castor oil is a natural powerhouse with strong antifungal and antibacterial properties. It not only helps fight off the lingering spores but also soothes the skin and promotes healing. Why does this combination work so well? Baking soda disrupts the fungal environment by balancing pH. Castor oil penetrates the skin, targeting stubborn fungal spores while nourishing damaged skin. The best part, within just 1 to 2 weeks, I noticed a major difference. The itching reduced significantly, and the discoloration around my toenails began to fade. My skin felt healthier, and for the first time in a while, my feet actually looked and felt normal again. If you've been silently battling fungal infections and want a simple, natural approach that really works, this is one method I'd absolutely recommend trying. Problem number 5, tired, puffy eyes. Let's be honest, tired, puffy eyes can make you look and feel exhausted, even when you're not. I was dealing with dark circles and puffiness thanks to poor sleep, long days, and let's face it, the stress we all juggle. No matter how much I tried to cover it up with creams or concealers, the problem kept staring back at me in the mirror. That's when I tried something incredibly simple, castor oil. Every night before bed, I would take just the tiniest amount, we're talking a drop smaller than a pea, of cold-pressed castor oil on my fingertip. I gently dabbed it under my eyes, using my ring finger to lightly massage it in. Why the ring finger? It's the weakest finger, so you naturally use less pressure, which is perfect for the delicate skin around the eyes. Here's why it works so beautifully. Castor oil is loaded with fatty acids and vitamin E that deeply hydrate the thin, fragile skin under the eyes. It also helps improve circulation, which can reduce that bluish tint and help drain excess fluid that leads to puffiness. And it's not just about appearance. The gentle massage itself is soothing, helping to relax facial muscles and support better lymphatic flow. Over the course of just a few nights, I noticed the puffiness reduced dramatically. My under-eye area looked fresher, smoother, and more awake, like I had finally caught up on sleep, even when I hadn't. No expensive eye creams, no complicated routines, just one natural oil and a few seconds of care before bed. If tired eyes and dark circles are your daily struggle, this might be one of the simplest and most effective changes you can make to your nightly routine. How to use them safely. Before you rush off to try these remedies, let's talk about something really important: using castor oil and baking soda safely. First off, always, and I mean always, do a patch test before applying anything new to your skin. Even natural ingredients can cause a reaction if you have sensitive skin. Just dab a little castor oil, or the baking soda paste, on a small patch, like your wrist or behind your ear, and wait 24 hours. If there's no redness, itching, or irritation, you're good to go. Now, about castor oil, while it's amazing for topical use, please avoid taking it internally unless you're under the guidance of a healthcare professional. Castor oil is a powerful natural laxative, and using it incorrectly can cause some pretty uncomfortable, and even dangerous, digestive effects. When choosing castor oil, quality really matters. Always go for cold-pressed, hexane-free castor oil. Cold-pressed means the oil was extracted without heat, preserving all its natural benefits. Hexane-free ensures it wasn't processed with harsh chemicals. You want the purest, safest version, especially if it's going on your skin. And let's not forget about the baking soda. When using it topically, make sure it's aluminum-free. While not all baking sodas contain aluminum, that's more of an issue with baking powder. Some brands add unnecessary fillers. Aluminum-free baking soda is a safer bet for direct skin contact and sensitive areas. One last tip: moderation is key. Even natural remedies can be overdone. Stick to the recommended times, like 20 minutes for a joint paste or a short, gentle exfoliation session, and give your skin and body time to respond. Simple steps, but they make a world of difference in ensuring you get the benefits, without the risks. In conclusion, from digestion struggles to stubborn skin problems, joint pain, and even tired eyes, just two simple ingredients, castor oil and baking soda, made a huge difference in my health. And the best part? They weren't hidden in some expensive clinic or pharmacy, they were right in my kitchen the whole time. If you've been searching for relief, remember, it's not always about the fancy products or the latest trends. Sometimes, the most effective remedies are natural, affordable, and right at your fingertips. But, and this is important, always consult your healthcare provider before starting any new health routine, even if it's natural. What works wonders for one person might not be the perfect fit for another, and your safety should always come first. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried castor oil or baking soda for any health problems? Share your experiences down in the comments. You never know who you might inspire by telling your story. And if you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more natural health tips coming your way. Thanks for watching, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.